got another big fan. Hello, everybody. Now, as you guys may hear in a moment, we have our second caster. We are back to a two-man team. Welcome back, Aiden.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
So how was your time waiting and watching from the sidelines?
Watching the games is actually pretty interesting. It felt different not to be casting, to be quite honest. It felt weird to be just listening to you cast instead of actually contributing. But no, it was fun. It was fun. The games were very interesting, very, very, very fun to watch. So I was glad I could actually, at least catch them, even though I wasn't casting them. I could at least watch them, which is super interesting.
I appreciate that. I'm glad that I could at least make it somewhat interesting, even though you knew kind of what was going on here. So going into the game talk here, we're going to see that Jhin banned away by the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. So what we saw last night was Magic McKinley on that Jhin doing some major work as the ADC. I'm not quite sure if Magic McKinley will be on ADC here, as they do have a sub in right now. We had Zuzi out from last night and Dante in his place, so I'm not quite too sure if Magic McKinley will still be ADC, but the Jhin being taken away regardless, as well as the Fizz, which was a very strong pick for Red EFT, or Red Eft, sorry.
Red Eft, not Red EFT.
Red Eft. In that last game, Red Eft is going to be coming in the chat now and probably giving me some stick, but it's fine. On top of that, Darius being taken away from Safthany on the enemy team as well. So we're going to see what the final two bans are going to be. And Aiden, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. That Jhin in the last two games, remember, because it wasn't banned in either of the games, actually. It was fully left open, and it was a bit of a problem, even when they did go ahead and ban that Karma, because we thought that maybe the Karma might have been the issue instead of just the Jhin. It was still an issue. So it's good to see them taking it away. So hopefully we can see Magic McKinley pick up another ADC champion. Or whatever it is, we don't know what it is right now, but hopefully something just as exciting. Ezreal is still open on the table. He could flip over to that. I know Ezreal has been pretty strong as of late. Even a Kai'Sa, I don't know how much experience Magic McKinley does have on the Kai'Sa, but champions like Kai'Sa and all the newer champions, Tristana, even though she's not new, she still has incredibly high damage and burst potential. So it'll be interesting to see a different ADC. And seeing Safthany go onto that Cho'Gath, a nice big tanky boy, and the Ornn up top lane, 2 tanks to match that. What do you make of this top lane so far? It's been picked out. We can see the champions. two big tanky boys. What are you thinking about that?
So I'm looking to see the battle of the Horn and the Feast. The Ornn Horn going in with the boom is going to be doing some major things in these team fights. So we're going to see what kind of champions are picked by the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. What we're looking to see hopefully is a little bit of mobility, because we already see Tristana being picked for the side of Ranked 1, as well as the Ornn. The Ornn has the capability to knock them down with that ult. And the Alistar going to be a really good disengage tool, as well as the Cho'Gath. So on top of that, they're also going to be really good engage tools. So generally, if you see disengage, then that means that there also is a lot of potential for engage. So we're going to see who Raidborn is going to be picking up for the ADC here. And as you were talking about the Ezreal, we have seen the Ezreal today. We've seen the Jhin being banned away and the Ezreal being picked up. We're going to see another Morgana. We saw that earlier, but we did see the Morgana go down in the support lane, or as a support earlier, rather than the jungle.
Oh,
so
wow. Okay.
Who knows?
All right, so it really could be a flex anywhere. And can I, talking about flex picks, can I flex my brain muscles and just say that the Ezreal and the Tristana, 2 of the champions that we're talking about, who have a lot of potential so far in patch 11.11, have both been picked up. So this actually could be a very big explosive ball lane right here, especially with the Alistar. As you're saying, he has a lot of disengage, but he also has a lot of engage. And if that is a Morgana on the support side, the Morgana actually will be able to disengage from the Alistar. But if that's not the case, Alistar and Ezreal can be a really difficult combo to deal with, even with some of the more tankier or peel supports. Getting hit with an Alistar headbutt W combo, it's hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with.
Absolutely it is. And so one other thing I want to mention before we get these last bans and picks done. So on the side of Big Vibrating Chungus, we're actually going to see something. And we're going to see a little bit of a different ADC here. So last night we saw Magunga Bunga, but Magunga Bunga being unable to make it tonight. So there's a sub in, we're going to see Perfecto. Alright, so Perfecto is an ADC player right now. We're not quite too sure where he, like what position he mains. However, I'm pretty sure that he has some experience on this Ezreal. So we're going to see how Perfecto can be doing in that bottom lane with that Ezreal. And one thing I just noticed as well, they kind of big egoed it and did not ban a fourth champion for the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. So they instead went for 4 out of 5 bans, but that Volibear going to be taken away, likely targeting the jungler. And actually we're going to see a set, so I'm likely looking to see this Morgana likely go jungle and have a set support, and then that leaves the last pick to the mid lane, letting them get the counter pick if necessary. One thing I might look to see here is a bit of a Sylas. I think Sylas would be a great pick here. There we go. We're going to see the Sylas picked up for the side of Big Vibrating Chungus, taking it away from the hands of the enemy team, and also looking to see Ravedorn do some major work. We saw him do some work on the Irelia. We saw him do some work on the other champion that he played, which I'm not 100% sure. I don't fully remember who it was. But Ravedorn did some major work yesterday, so we're going to see if we can take this Sylas and do some major damage.
I'm thinking that Sylas also could have been picked away because we did see on the side of Team Ranked 1, we did see Red EFT, Red Eft.
You did the same thing I did.
I did the same thing. Oh, no.
All right, Red Eft, come into the chat and rant to both of us. Get mad at us both if you want. I give you permission.
We did see Red Eft actually do insanely well on that Sylas. So I'm thinking that it was a kind of a pick it up, also a counter to, you know, take it away. You don't want to give him, you know, all of his picks. So being able to take that away from him is definitely going to be a nice pick up there with the Sylas.
There's a set going down into the mid lane for Dante here. So we are seeing a little bit of a roll swap. So we're seeing Red F go down into the bottom lane, take ADC away. We're going to see Dante slot into that mid lane in his place, and Magic McKinley switch up to the top lane. So a couple roll swaps with the sub coming in. However, what I'm looking to see here is some major team fight potential from the side of Ranked 1. With that set, with that Tristana, with that Orin, with that Lux, they're looking to have a lot of damage output in groups. And on the other side, we're gonna see 2 dude on this. Oh no, I'm okay. All right, I'm gonna see 2 dude on the Lee Sin jungle. We saw him play this Lee Sin last night, and he did some good plays with these kicks. We're gonna see if he can take the momentum that he gained last night and actually take it a little bit of a step further and do a little bit more damage here. On top of that, we're gonna see Ravedorn play the Sylas into the set. Not quite too sure how that's gonna work out. I feel like Set might have an advantage early, based on his attack speed, his stun capability, and his shield. However, at the same time, Sylas does have a lot of sustain with that W heal. So I think this mid lane is going to be a lot of fireworks. I think this top lane is going to be not a lot of fireworks early. And I think this bottom lane is also going to be a lot of fireworks that we see going down. And the one thing I want to talk about going into this, similar to thing to what I was talking about for the first series, is not necessarily always skill or always team comp, but communication is key. If the teams can be communicating with each other, being on the same page, I think that any team can go ahead and take this first game.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to just 1v5 Penta every time. If you're setting up for the objectives at proper times, if you're understanding, if you're grouping at proper times, and you're splitting up proper times, you know, and you're not just running around with a bunch of chickens with your head cut off, you actually put yourself in a really good spot to win these games, even without, you know, trying to 1v5. It can work sometimes 1v5ing, and it might seem like sometimes that's the only option. But really, if you can get everyone together on the same page, that can be a much more effective tool. And I also want to keep my eye on the bot lane. You said it could be big, you said it could be impactful. I like the Alistair pick into 2 squishy champions, a Lux and a Tristana. So if you can hit that, like we talked about, the headbutt and the knockup together, if you can hit that combo, that could be a lot of damage. The Ezreal, he has that ability to do a whole bunch of burst damage as well because of his W, right? If he can hit his W, land maybe an ult and a Q, that's a whole bunch of damage. Knock that up, tie that together too with the Alistair, and you're not moving while you're taking a whole bunch of damage. But on the flip side, right, we have to remember that on the flip side, there is just as much damage coming in, if not more, on the other side. The Lux Binding, if that Lux Binding hits, this Tristana, the new Tristana, when she can rocket jump in with the E-Bomb placed on, that's a whole bunch of damage that you have to worry about. So I think that we're going to see, hopefully, a lot of fighting. I'm hoping for a lot of fighting. I think you're hoping for a lot of fighting. What do you think?
Absolutely. So the one thing I am liking here more so on the side of Big Vibrating Chungus though is their mobility. I think they do have a little bit more mobility with the Sylas E, with the Lee Sin jumps, with the Ezreal E, and the Alistar being able to disengage as well as he can, get the knock up, get the slows off, get the stuns, and run away. I think that they have a very, very good comp for moving around the map and working together as a team. On the other side, we see a lot of CC on the side of ranked 1. So we see that Lux binding, we see the Morg binding, we see the Morgana ultimate, we see the knockups from Ornn, both in his ult and his charge. Then the set as well with the pull and then the ultimate. I think it's going to be a battle of, CC and pure playmaking ability from these two teams. So we're going to see if CC wins out or if playmaking ability wins out. But I'm looking for a very explosive game. A lot of fireworks going to be going down. I think it's going to be a very fun game to watch. I think it's going to be a very fun game for these two teams to be playing. And I think it's going to be an interesting one to see how these two teams are going to go ahead and play this game.
And if anyone has any predictions about this game, if anyone has any comments about this game, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you think even about any lanes, do you think perhaps that one lane is going to do better than the other? Do you think that even a jungle, there might be some difference in the jungle? Let us know right now or at any time throughout the match, and we'll get to those chats. It's not like we don't see the chat, so people can always talk in there. We always look over at that. And otherwise, we're getting right into the game. As both teams are running down through the rift for game 2 of Needlessly Large Rods versus Subdiff.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh yeah, I gotta change that. My bad.
Uh-huh? Oh, that's not the right team.
Yeah, that's what I was
These
very
aren't the right
confused.
teams. But as you change that, I'll make sure
There
to
we
do
go.
some stuff. So we saw a little attempt for an invade. Big Vibrating Chungus versus a ranked 1. We didn't get the teams right, but we got them now. So it's, you know what? It's like it never even happened. No one knows. Everyone just muted us for a good 5 seconds. No one heard me say anything. We're doing well.
We're gonna take that the thing from Men in Black, just erase your brain, and you're perfectly fine. So first dragon that we're gonna see here is the Infernal Dragon. I'm curious to see who's going to pick it up. Whoever picks it up, I think, is going to get a little bit of extra bonus damage, and it's going to be a big impact. So it's a little extra damage for a big impact, and at the same time, we're going to see them both starting bottom side of their jungle. So it's going to be another major fight for this top side Skull Crab, I think. So it's going to come down to whoever has more prio in the mid lane, more prio in the top lane. And I think that Safthany and Ravedorn might be able to help out this 2-dude on this Lee Sin a little bit more than the set and Ornn will. However, we'll see what Magic McKinley and Dante can do on these two champions in this top side fight for the Scuttle Crab.
What I do like on the side of Big Vibrating Chungus is they have a lot of global pressure, right? They've got 2 teleports as opposed to the 1 teleport on the side of ranked 1. So Dante is opting for a more aggressive lane, and he's kind of wagering on the fact that he can maybe get a couple kills out of Ravedorn in these earlier fights instead of trying to go for the global pressure. So like you talked about how we might see some fighting here, yeah, definitely with this Ignite, instead of having a TP, instead of having that second TP on your team, you opt for that Ignite because you think you can do a bit more. But as I say that, he's kind of losing out a bit here, and Ravedorn still has that ability to get a lot of sustain with that Sylas W. So things might not be looking too hot right now for Dante as he drops a bit even lower.
We're going to see if that continues to happen. I think Ravedorn on the Silas probably is going to do pretty well. Savathun is going to be likely losing at this trade a little bit. On Magic McKinley, huge E-flash in from Ravedorn, and that Q is going to be able to pick up that kill. Forces the flash from Dante, which is a fantastic reaction. He reacted super duper quick, but there's only so much you can do when you have a play like that going down from Ravedorn. That EW is very good. He did miss the chain, however, he was able to hit that Q, and that the little circle that comes out from the Q, I'm not quite too sure what to call it, but the little rupture thing, let's go with that. Sure, why not? Was able to pick up that kill for him. I think that's really, really good. That puts him way ahead now. And again, as you were mentioning earlier, Dante does not have that teleport, so he's not able to come back in and get that farm right away. So Ravedorn's going to be able to push that wave in and make Dante lose a bunch of minions. Ravedorn's also going to be able to go back, and he should be able to walk to lane without losing too many minions. So we'll see if he is going to use his teleport, but I'm looking to see him just walk to lane, save that teleport for a little bit later. And while I thought there might have been a little bit of fireworks going down for that topside scuttle, it's actually just going to go over to the side of 2 dude on the Lee Sin. And then the Morgana here, Bryosaurolophus, is just going to be going ahead and taking that bottom side scuttle.
Yeah, I can't think of the name either, so I'm gonna call it the little tiny exploding circle. The circle that makes you go ow. And that I can never seem to hit because everyone always jukes it. And a whole bunch of fighting is going to break out. Ravedorn going into the Bryosaurus is actually going to get caught out now by Dante. But can the healing do enough? Here comes the Ignite that we talked about, and he's actually going to drop to that set W, just doing so much damage once he can charge it up. So big. So fantastic catch there by Dante. I thought something else was going to happen in the bot lane, but Perfecto on that Ezreal rather able to actually just jump away, so nothing else is happening there. But great catch by Dante and Bryosaur. Again, please, the names. If you have any pronunciations that you prefer, let us know.
I mean, I'll take it too. Absolutely. So here's the thing. Like I said, Ravedorn walked back to lane before, and he did get killed there. However, he did still have his teleport because he did save it before, so he's able to TP back in and not really lose out on a whole lot. And now Dante doesn't have that Ignite. Ravedorn doesn't have that Flash, which would have been useful for him to get away in that last fight. So he's no Flash, no TP anymore, but Dante doesn't have the Ignite. So I think Ravedorn is in a solid enough spot with his Silas. He is 10 CS ahead already, so if he can continue to hold this advantage, he's looking like he's trying to hold that wave mid, freeze it a little bit, and if he can continue that, then he might be able to pull off this win a little bit easier than needed. But at the same time, Set is always a fantastic champion, and he's always a factor with his W shield. The fact that his W does so much true damage once he gets a little bit tankier, and his ult can just absolutely dunk on people. So I'm still going to be looking at the Set no matter how far behind he gets right now. He's still evening kills and deaths. So I'm not too stressed out about that yet, but we're going to likely see the Silas start to get a little bit stronger. This Morgana start to get a little bit stronger as she's starting to farm up. And Safnir on this Cho'Gath again, continuing to get super tanky as he is the infinitely scaling tank. Safnir going to be knocking up Magic McKinley while McKinley is making his item. He gets that Ruby Crystal, and he's going to get a Biscuit back. Dante's going to be going for the trade on Ravedorn. Ravedorn going to be taking some major damage. He's going to walk into that true damage circle, but he's going to be able to E in, W, get that health back. He's going to charge in. However, he's going to steal that Set ultimate, and he's going to get the kill. He's going to get the kill. I'm not quite too sure what ended up getting that kill. The Set ultimate going to be going in. He might be able to pick up this kill. If he can hit that Q. Oh my god, that Q almost gets the kill. Your Eternity is here on the Alistar. 2 dudes also here on the Lee Sin. If he can ward jump over and hit that Q, he might be able to get this kill. And there you go. He gets that ward jump, he gets that Q, he gets the Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike, and he gets that free kill. At the same time, we're going to see Ravedorn on the Silas likely get at least 1 or 2 plates here in the mid lane. Krolex and Red Eft are going to be clearing out some vision here. Ravedorn looking to probably get that plate and just back off. His health is really low. And as I was talking about, not a whole lot of fireworks going on in the top lane, but the mid lane is absolute fireworks. And the bottom lane, actually, a lot more tame than I was expecting. But we're looking to see, hopefully, a little bit more action come. And as we were talking, the Dragon was picked up by 2 dude. So they have the Infernal Dragon, and Cloud Dragon is going to be next. So we're looking at either an Infernal or Ocean Soul.
2 dude just kind of has a field day there. Was able to pick up the dragon, and then with that nice little warthog, shows off a bit of skill, a bit of miniature Gripix, if we've ever seen one. A little, not an insect, but he can definitely be a miniature insect. So good for him being able to pick up both the objective and the kill to finish off Bryosaurolophus. I feel like I'm butchering that name. And
Oh,
Raidorn leaves the game.
uh-oh.
FF at 15.
Okay, it
Okay, I
looks
was
like it was
gonna
just a
say,
DC. Thank God. That was a
I
little
was
bit
gonna
worrisome.
say
If
that
I
they
was on their
can
team, I'd be
pause,
worried. Oh, I accidentally messed up the camera,
but
but it's fine. We're going to see the
Safdie
fight
might
going
be
down.
getting caught out here.
Safton getting
Three
caught
top
out.
lane.
3 people committing to that top lane. The Orin Horn going down. You know what? In the end of the day, that's really not that horrible for them. It is a kill trade over, but that's 3 people being forced top lane, though they are looking to get that Rift Herald probably. But in this
Oh,
bottom
good
lane,
knockup.
we're seeing a good knockup, but Krolex and Red After are going to be able to pick up that kill. Perfecto on this Ezreal is only level 5 still, as opposed to level 6 for both enemy bottom laners. Two dudes are going to be coming in to help him, and Two Dude might be able to pick up this kill. If he has a ward jump, he can go in and hopefully hit the Q on Red Eft, but the camera's going to pan away. We're going to see Two Dude come in. He's going to get the flash out of Krolex, going to get the flash out of Red Eft.
Oh
We're going to
my.
see the Ezreal ultimate go down. Perfecto is going to be going in a little bit too aggressive. I think he's going to go down as well. Red F is going to be picking up a triple kill, it looks like. But Ravedorn is going to be going up for that Rift Herald fight, and he's going to be picking up that kill. And they should be able to pick up that Rift Herald off of the enemy team here. So, a little bit of fireworks happening now. This is what I was expecting a little bit more of. So, overall, I think that was a solid enough trade for both teams. I think both teams got some good pressure. However, at the same time, I do think that team ranked 1 probably came out with the better end of the stick there. So I'm looking for them to take what they just got and maybe push a lead a little bit more. However, we cannot count out the side of Big Vibrating Chungus because Ravedorn on the Silas is doing some major work.
And he's actually going to get ulted into turret. I think Dante thinks that he could change this around, but
that Silas W just
Ravedorn
turning.
Just healing so much damage up, even with that huge Silas shield and that huge W, just not able to come through with that kill. I liked, if we're gonna go back to that ball lane, I actually really liked that the play by your attorney there. I thought that knockup, he was actually able to get both of them. It's a bit unfortunate for him that the tides of war were unable to shift, and that Red Eft was able to just get so much damage with the rocket jump, with the bombs and everything. It was able to just do so much damage. But wow, so much fighting there just happening across the whole board. Everyone.
And we're still looking at more fighting now.
And
yeah,
still
more
more
Magic
fighting
McKinley.
now. Just a bit of trading though, you know, just 2 tanks. What are you guys gonna do to each other, really? I want you guys to both go and sit in a corner and think about what you've done now.
So while we're thinking about that, let's think about the fact that Ravedorn is 2 levels up.
Let's
on
not,
Dante
because
here.
Two Dude
but that
is here,
Q in
able to get
by
that
2 Dude.
ultimate.
Sonic Wave, absolutely huge kick for the guy. Southampton, you're gonna be getting a kill. Ravedorn gonna be getting a kill, but Krolex is here on the Lux. Ravedorn is looking to go down probably, unless he can somehow, get a miracle to happen. But that roam from Krolex is going to be doing really good for him. So they're going to be able to shut down that Silas, get some gold over to into their pockets. But Safton here in the top lane is going to get a couple plates off here. So he's going to get that demolished to get that first plate, and he should be able to get the second plate with ease. I don't think he'll be able to get a third plate. We see that we see Magic McKinley on the Orin TPing in. We do see 3 people bottom lane here though. 3 on 3.
That Q is going to connect. I think they're questioning whether to go in. That Lux is going to kind of hold them off. But, Two Dude is going to hit another Q. Does the Lee Syndrome prevail in the end? Absolutely not. It's not. Two Dude a bit too smart to go in and take that one. 2 is what would have been probably his certain death. This next dragon is up, though. So both teams right now are actually posturing around it. Neither one wanted to really give an inch. You worry about giving up a kill in a time like this. A kill is almost certain dragon control for the other team. So both teams are just going to kind of play it safe. We're not going to see really one trying to force a fight. They'd rather both let the other one come to them and see if they can't pick up a kill that way. It seems a bit safer that way, and they don't want their junglers to die. A whole mess going on in this bot lane right now because of this dragon. It forces you to do some wild things. It's like that. It's like the cannon minions. Cannon minions is force you to do some wild things. I know I've flashed for a cannon minion before. I know a whole bunch of other people have probably flashed for their own cannon minions.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, another tank fight in the top lane. Do you guys really think you could kill each other? Maybe though. I don't know. They're probably both having a chuckle over just the two HP damage that they're doing to each other while they heal up for 3 HP every second.
Absolutely. And we're going to see Red F going and getting some damage on 2 Dude. but Dante is going to come and get a huge shield on that W. Ravedorn going to be picking up that Tristana ultimate, but it's not going to matter. Dante's going to slam dunk him on his face, on his head, into the ground. But one thing I'm liking here is the side of ranked 1. They have a lot of vision here in the bottom side. So they do have priority in that regard. We see the Morgana and the Ornn picking up the Rift Herald on the top side there. And the other 3, posturing around this bottom side to probably get this dragon. We're going to see Dante catch back up a little bit. He's up to level 9 now. Not quite as far behind Ravedorn as he once was. Ravedorn down to 5-3 from 5-2. But the dragon still has not been picked up. But there is still a good amount of vision. And big TP in coming from Ravedorn. If your Eternity can hit this, but the heat-seeking binding is just going to get in his way. Ravedorn is still going to be going in. He's going to be trying to get the kill. He does not have the capability to stun lock anybody because of that black shield. So they're just going to be backing away. The TP is going to be burned. They're going to be trying to fall away, pick up this mid wave, and likely push towards this dragon and maybe force a dragon fight here. There is 4. Safthany does not have his TP up, but he might by the time they start the dragon because it is coming up very soon. However, it's looking like it's going to be a 4v4.
McKinley. Magic McKinley doesn't have his TP up. And like we were talking about earlier, neither team really wants to make too much of an aggressive play right now because they both understand that the dragon is up. Now, however, Ranked 1 actually does see Big Vibrating Chungus on this dragon, so we're definitely going to see a fight here. If Bryosaurus can land one of these bindings, if Dante can get in with a big E, but none of that's going to happen because 2Dude is actually... Big Vibrating Chungus are actually with a good rotation onto that dragon. 2Dude, however, going to get caught out by Red F. Oh my word, damage in what world? Okay, that's a lot of Tristana damage. And
this
that's
Tristana
a
is scary.
3-0 Trist. That's a 3-0 Trist. I didn't realize that. That's a 3-0 with a Kraken Slayer. Okay. That's a scary Trist.
I think they're really going to need to start focusing down this Tristana in every single team fight. They need to find a way to get on that back line, get her out of the fight, because if they can get Tristana out, then Red F is pretty much the only damage dealer right now. Obviously, the set's going to be there. The Lux is going to be there, but Lux is squishy enough that you can get her out as well. If the Ravedorn can go ahead and get that set ultimate and get onto that back line and dunk on both of Red F and Krolex, then that can be a huge start to a fight. And what we're going to see as well is Safthany on the Cho'Gath start to stack up and get larger and larger and larger and tankier. So that front line is going to be really hard to get through.
Red F, more like Red Heft, because damn that boy thick.
I know you're so proud of that one too.
I was waiting to say it like the whole time.
I could tell.
I was waiting for you to to stop so I could actually say it. And it's almost sad that I was proud about that. But oh my god, he's gonna get
Perfecta's going down again.
Damn.
Red F's just gonna be able to jump away 4-0-2 on this Tristana. They need to do something about this guy. Red F on this Tristana is doing some menacing work.
If he just told us his name was Red EFT, I wouldn't have found that pun. But Red Heft is Red Heft is
Your Eternity getting way too aggressive. Maybe we should have seen Your Eternity go back to the Camille support pick, as it did somehow work out for him last night. But we see Safthany fighting on Magic McKinley. He doesn't have his feast up, so I don't think he's going to be able to get that kill right now. But he's going to get the minions. He's probably going to get this Demolish proc off on the turret. Not going to get the first turret, but that is perfectly fine. He's going to have to back away. But we're seeing a little bit of an aggressive play here in the mid lane, and the Rift Herald going down for the red side here. So we got to see Team Ranked 1 going to look to get this mid turret. However, we're going to see Safthany come down on this Cho'Gath. Ravedorn's going to be doing some damage onto this turret.
And
huge flash play by 2Dude, but the kick is going to get black shielded. That's super unfortunate for him. 2Dude going to be coming in. Red Heft is going to be coming in, though. He's going to W in. Not going to be able to do a whole lot, though. If they can get Red Heft caught out, then the side of Big Vibrating Chungus might be able to win this fight. However, that looks like it's not going to happen. Mountain Dragon's up in 2 minutes. They're going to be trying to play a little bit more patient for this. Safthany's going to be TPing top, not allowing Ornn to get that turret. Magic McKinley is looking to push, but Magic McKinley is not going to push too hard. He's not going to, risk his life for something that is not necessarily that impactful right this second. And we're just going to see Perfecto try to farm up, and that Lux damage is insane. Okay. Maybe they need to worry about this Lux too.
Hey, so bot lane obviously showing that they can do some damage. Wow. And yeah, absolutely. This dragon is coming up in about 1 minute, so both teams they should start to be getting their wards. And one of the things I am gonna keep my eye on, as Red F is actually doing a lot of damage. Does he get overly cocky? Does he think that he can actually take a lot of these fights and jump in when he actually in reality can't, and get himself caught out?
Okay, and that damage
Speaking of
onto
getting
Ravedorn
caught
from
out,
5-2 to 5-5. Ravedorn is no longer having a very good time. Also, by the way, Hybrid XBH in the chat. Love that emote. I'm not quite sure what emote that is, but it's pretty funny, so I love it. Thanks.
PogChamp.
Thanks.
I think that's the new PogChamp, right?
Is that the new PogChamp? That is amazing
Yeah.
if it is. I love that. That is hilarious. Also, welcome to the stream. Okay, back to the game. Like I said, Ravedorn really not having a good time right now. This bottom lane of Perfecto and Your Eternity not having a good time. 0-4 combined. But on the other side, Red Eft and Krolex, they're combined 6-0 and 8. This bottom lane for the side of Ranked 1 is showing that they should be Ranked 1 right now. They're doing incredible. Your Eternity going to be picking up some minions here in the bottom lane with that trample. And just going to be, trying to clear out this wave, letting Perfecto come back to lane, but also taking some gold for himself. Dante's going to go ahead and steal away that red buff. And this 5k gold lead is starting to look really, really strong for the side of Ranked 1. Also, Yamato likes peas. That's a hilarious name. And the thumbs up is appreciated. Welcome to the stream as well. Hope you're having a good night. Aiden,
I
any
want to
insight
see
here?
this. I want to see this Cho'Gath chomp. I want to see him chomp. That's my insight. I want to see him get some stacks. I want to see late game Cho'Gath. That's what I want to see. I want to see a late game Cho'Gath versus a late game Tristana.
Oh.
And a late game Tristana might be coming a bit earlier because Red EFT just absurd damage there onto Perfecto. Things are going towards
The late game Ornn might not be coming up anytime soon. They're focusing him a little bit too hard, but they're going to try to push this wave. They're going to take that Rift Tail, drop it top lane, and they're going to get a free turret here. However, they're going to give over the dragon. It's looking like they're going to be giving up that tier 2 mid lane as well. I don't know how good of a play this is. They're going to be looking to kill Magic McKinley, but they're not going to be able to. Magic McKinley is going to get hit by that Ornn ultimate that was stolen away by the Sylas. However, if we look in the mid lane again, we see that there's 3-4 members pushing down. So they're
nice
committing
W.
all of this to Magic McKinley on the Ornn, but they're going to lose their inhibitor. Maybe not the best play.
They are gonna lose their inhibitor. Team Ranked 1 turns around and says, you can take my top tier turrets. We'll just take your inhib." And for that, Big Vibrating Chungus is actually gonna pay with their inhib as Team Ranked 1 starts to get out of there and go back potentially for a bit of items. Perhaps Ravedorn can actually make a pick onto Krolex. Swing bada, that's gonna miss wide, and Ravedorn is gonna go back away.
He is going to go ahead and back away. He was so strong. He was so far ahead early, but the way that the game's been going, he's just been getting really unlucky. So he's gone to 6-5 now from a time where he was 5-1. So the thing is, he is still very strong on the Sylas. But, speaking of being strong, we see Perfecto here on the Ezreal. Here.
5 versus 3.
Big damage with the Ezreal.
Bryosorth almost getting caught out there with
the Black Shield going to save him, though.
Safdany flashing in, able to get a knockup. Potentially, that's actually going to miss wide on Bryosorth and Krolex. But on the top side, 2Dude is actually fighting Dante. That's going to be ult in. 2Dude going to actually drop down. Perfecto now caught up with the stream without a paddle there. Magic McKinley in the same boat. Oh my god, Red F jumping over.
Red F
able
taking
to blow
over.
Up. Getting the resets 1 and 2 onto Ravedorn, actually getting knocked away. Fantastic all by Ravedorn to pick that up, but he's still going to go down despite his efforts there, and that just leaves Perfecto trying to 1v4 the rest of the team. That's Team Ranked 1 with just all that damage, putting that to good use, and they're not actually done yet. Red F jumping over, doesn't have the reset to go back onto Perfecto. That was actually a very nice E onto the side of Ezreal, but they could be looking to end out the game right now.
I think they are. I think they have the capability. I think this game is going to go down. I think this game is going to go over to the side of Ranked 1, and this is going to be the first loss for Big Vibrating Chungus. But remember, this is only the first game. There's going to be another game after this. I think that there's a possibility that they can come back and go ahead and win the series. But the thing is, they're not done yet. They're going to try to fight to the end. Safdany is going to come in.
Good kick by 2Dude.
Doesn't have the munch on Dante, but 2Dude is going to be able to go in, pick up the Morgana. Bryosorth Office is going to be killed, and they're going to be able to stall out this game. Red F is the only one remaining, and he's going to have to run away because as strong as he is, there's no chance that he's going to be able to fight 4 members right now. So he's going to jump away, going to go save himself, What is
Or is
Brave Dorn's
he?
going to be charging in.
Brave
We'll
Dorn
see if he
actually
can
able
pull
to
off this
connect
kill.
with everything, hitting that
Very
perfectly,
well played. Very well
picking
played by
up
Brave Dorn.
a huge amount of gold for himself. That's going to help. You were talking about, oh, he was falling behind here from what he once was. But he says, you know what, Joey, I'm sick and tired of this crap that you're talking about me. I'm going to go ahead and grab me some gold.
And gold he gets. If we can go ahead and look at that gold, speaking of which, he is still 1,400 gold ahead of Dante on this set. So as much as he doesn't seem quite as strong as he was before, he actually is, and possibly even stronger in contrast. So we're looking to see Perfecto farm up on this Ezreal. He's at 175 farm. He is one of the most farmed up in the game. He's keeping up with Red Eft on that Tristana. So while he's not doing the greatest right now KDA wise, his farm is good and he's still getting strong. But the one thing is, Big Vibrating Chungus has to be really careful. Their Nexus is exposed, and they're gonna have to just give over this Baron, because I don't think they're gonna be able to fight this. They might be able to push up, but I think this might just be a Baron and end for the side of Team Ranked 1.
You know what it is? Team Ranked 1 has the double pink ward coverage. So the double pink ward coverage absolutely bans Team Big Vibrating Chungus from having any vision on the map.
It's the Twin Shadows.
It's the Twin Shadows. You know, 3,000 IQ, putting both of your pink wards right next to each other on the Baron. That's absolutely big. I want to see a fight for this dragon just because I really like to watch fights and I want more bloodshed. But I don't think I'm going to get my wish today, because I think that Team Ranked 1, with that Baron buff, is actually just going to go ahead and try to push other lanes. They have the 2 inhibs down the bot lane, so Team Big Vibrating Chungus actually has to go and try to counter that, try to deal with some of the super minions that are actually pushing into their base. And that just leaves Team Ranked 1 a whole bunch of time to send all 5 members top lane, go after all their turrets, all their inhibitors. And I think right now, Team Ranked 1 is doing pretty much everything perfectly to win this game. Big Vibrating Chungus, make your prayers right now. I'm rooting for both teams because I just want to see more fights. So if this is going to be a 60-minute game, so be it. I want to see a 60-minute game with a lot of fights.
One thing, Dude just picked up the dragon.
Dude picked up the dragon. Okay, so he's going to get back, hopefully in time for this fight, because we are definitely going to see a fight. We're not going to see Big Vibrating Chungus go down without a fight. If we can see a big Alistair initiation by Your Eternity, we might see a big fight going over to Big Vibrating Chungus. That's going to be the set coming in, actually, to try to cancel that Big Eternity. However, he is actually going to pick up Perfecto for his life, though. So now we're back to 4v4. We were 5v5. Alistair still up. Safthony still up. Ready FTS still up. Going to connect. The Lee Sin kick. Not just coming through. The jump away is going to save his life just for now. Or an ultimate coming in by Ravedorn. Going to pick that up. Now Magic McKinley says, I see your ultimate. I'm going to use my ultimate. They're grouped up. Can Safthony do anything? Dude with another connection. Reality FTS blows up Your Eternity on the side. And will he get away with his life now? Killing Safthony.
Down again.
And
game is gonna freeze. Game is gonna freeze. But this should absolutely be game. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but with the amount of minions here, the Baron minions, Red F being as strong as he is, and 3 members of the Big Vibrating Chungus being down, it looks like this is going to be the end of the game. So, looking like Ranked 1 is showing that they are Ranked 1 in this series so far, and they're going to take Game 1 with a vengeance already. They don't even have anything.
We think. We don't know. But we think they took it